Who heard this little one's voice as she was lying there in a hospital for months being conservatively managed? Emma was abandoned by her parents and spent the first few months of her life in a government-run hospital. She was born with spina bifida. She had an open myelomeningocele lesion. She had tubercular meningitis. Her head was swelling with hydrocephalus. She was unable to empty her bladder fully, and she had raging urinary sepsis. She was dying. She needed a brain shunt, antibiotics, catheters. She needed food. She needed love. God gave me a vision of Jesus weeping in the building that's now Victory Home. And God showed me in a dream that He'd give me the desires of my heart in a sudden, overwhelming way. I knew that adopting special needs orphans was a desire that was deep in my heart, but God showed me that it was not about adopting one orphan, but rather He was going to use me to be a voice for many. Before these children make it to an orphanage, many of them are found abandoned at bus stops or train stations, or they're left by their parents at a hospital or on the side of the road. I went to a government orphanage and I asked them for 5 kids with special needs who were just not being adopted. They had over 70 children there diagnosed with intellectual disabilities. Most of them were lying in the back room on the floor without any diapers. They weren't receiving any physiotherapy or any kind of education. They had surgical, medical needs that were being unmet. No one was even considering them for adoption. They had a voice, but no one was hearing it. Since January 2008, I have taken all 70 of the special children that I saw in the government orphanage that day. In addition to those 70, we continue to receive abandoned children, and we now have 109. Many of those children arrived in very poor physical condition, some of them on the verge of death. We restore them through medical help, nutrition, love, and prayer. We've gotten over 25 of our children into mainstream private schools, and we have on-site special education for all the others. Our children get physical therapy 6 days a week, and they get the surgeries they need at the very best hospitals. We take children to the park, to the beach, trips to the zoo, out for ice cream. We introduce the children to the world, and the world to them. My intent was never to create another orphanage. We would love for these children to find loving adoptive families. Until they do, the next best environment is a smaller family setting, which we are transitioning into right now. Pray for these children. Come to India. Sponsor a child. Spread the word.